hello. Welcome to A Bold and Distant Future. Welcome, welcome. Smattering of applause. I rewatched Gandhi over the last 2 nights. What a powerful film. I highly recommend people take a look at that movie. It felt very relevant to me.
Valentine used to show that in her seventh grade class as part of her world religions course.
And young people, how did they take to it?
It seems like it was usually pretty well received. Of course, when you think about that, showing a movie in a class is almost always well received.
Yeah, that's true. It's a powerful film. What an amazing document. One of the things that Gandhi says through the character, he says, non-cooperation with evil is our duty.
Wow.
You know, it's about resistance, but in peaceful ways. And I'm a person of peace. I know not all of us here are at times. But we are, how can we employ peace against the authoritarianism?
Who did you have in mind, Roy?
I didn't want to point any fingers, Scooter. This is coming up Saturday, October 18th. It's the No Kings March. It's the next one. It's the big one. We need people on the streets. Mm-hmm. Power belongs to the people. Join the movement. No Kings. Mm-hmm. Go to nokings.org to find out, a location for a march or an activity in your area. nokings.org.
It's interesting because when that notice first came out, the map was pretty empty, but now it's really starting to fill up.
Yeah. Big numbers, hopefully.
Yeah, and there was a large protest in Washington, D.C. that wasn't following these cycles, early notification cycles, and it was sizable. So hopefully we can build on this and bring it to.
This was sizable. This was a horse relieving himself right in front of Donald Trump on his recent visit to the UK. And you can see, is it Camilla Parker Bowles? Is like her look of shock. Trump notices it. Everyone.
I'm almost 100% certain it's a conspiracy that connects to the escalator.
Yep.
I'm sure there's conspiracy floating around about that.
And the teleprompter. This is all rigged.
This happened in the UK visit also. Someone wandered up to a window behind Trump when he was sitting there with the prime minister holding a sign. This didn't make my news feed. I just saw it randomly.
I love it.
Saw it until this program.
We go there. We, take extra steps to bring the news that other people don't do.
It's funny. That word is ubiquitous in the British Isles.
Mm-hmm.
People drop it all the time. It doesn't have the same effect it does here. Here it's like the N-word. There, it's like how you greet your best friend at the pub.
Right. And this I thought was of note. It is another distraction, but it's sickening that the UFC and Trump, apparently, the White House is planning some kind of a fight out in front of the White House. And this is the artist's conception of what it could look like.
Wasn't he involved in professional wrestling for a while?
I think he was somehow
He
involved.
either owned a team or he did something. He showed up at ringside a couple of times. I know that.
He beat somebody over the head with a chair or something. I can't remember. He did something freaking nuts because he thought he had it going on.
Well, the fellow Dana White, I think his name is, he was at the Charlie Kirk Memorial. He's a big Trump person. I don't think he's in the administration. Maybe he is. I'm not sure.
You know what that image reminded me of is early 20th century lynching as entertainment. That you go ahead and create this public spectacle over violence, and it just draws a certain type of person.
Bread and circuses.
Yeah.
Let the lions in.
Yeah.
First, we're getting the circuses and maybe not so much the bread.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very violent culture. You know, I guess America's a violent culture, but if you saw what Stephen Miller said at the memorial, it was just
Yeah.
horrific. And we'll look at a few quotes of what he said. I don't know if that's our first story. It is. The Charlie Kirk Memorial happened in Arizona. Lots of people. They packed a hall.
That looks like a stadium.
It is. Yeah.
They had
Yes.
something in the neighborhood of 100,000 people there, didn't they?
I think they must have, yeah.
And so, yeah, when Goebbels made his speech,
Yeah.
Here are some of the people that spoke. I mean, everyone was there. Trump, Vance, Susie Wiles. Susie Wiles.
I think she chief of staff. I think.
No, it was White House Chief of Staff. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Miller, Hegseth, everyone was there, but it felt like a religious ceremony. It felt like an official a martyrdom kind of ritual of some kind.
Yeah, it had that again early 20th century tent meeting feeling, and good snake oil salesmen vendors out on the periphery, and then all of the entertained in the middle. Yeah, scary stuff.
But they're taking this poor man's death and turning it into a political event, you know, to ratchet up their support. This is Erica Kirk, how she got through. But here are some of the young Turning Point people. The martyr dies and his rule has just begun. Even Trump called Charlie Kirk a martyr. Everyone was referring to him that way.
St. Chuck.
This is the guy. I can't stand this guy.
Oh yeah, this is fascist untold. Yeah, and it just how closely parallels it Goebbels' actions. So we don't even need to map these out anymore. They're just making it so obvious that this is Nazification of the U.S.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, he's Jewish.
Is he really?
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, what is that all about?
This sounds like a line out of the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Coming straight from Mortar.
We are the storm.
Yeah, that's blood and soil at the highest level.
And this power dominance thing. You are nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You have nothing. You are wickedness. He's trying to rally the troops of I don't know what.
Yeah, and how is that any less violent than an assassination? One's
Well,
word,
nobody
one's
died.
with ammunition. Yeah, but man, that's just vulgarity and violence taken to a new level by a political official.
Well, this is the horrible thing. I mean, they'll put that out there and they'll just sort of wait for some lone wolf to pick up a gun and take out, a kindergarten.
Yeah.
But they have, deniability.
Mm-hmm.
They can say, hey, I didn't mean that. He took it that way, but it wasn't. I can't be held responsible for the impact that my statements have on crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
I know damn well, statistically speaking, somebody is going to go off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but that's part of the long-term plan. Sow chaos and keep it rolling.
Yep.
Keep everybody off balance. And
Yeah, it's called
chaos
accelerationism.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have heard that term, I'm sure.
going. What was that term again?
Accelerationism?
I haven't heard that term before.
Well, the idea is that you assume that things are going to basically fall apart, but so you accelerate the process in order to make them fall apart faster, so you have a hand in rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to destroy the old structures so you can erect the new. And this is something that the revolutionary left does this, and the revolutionary reactionaries are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at some point, I think we're going to start seeing atrocities. I don't know where it's going to come from, although I do have kind of a educated guess where it's going to come from. But I think we're going to see, in an October 7th, 2023, happen in the United States at the hands of some of these mooks.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the lighthearted part of the show, right?
Yeah, I think we jumped right into the heavy stuff, but let's hope that does not happen. But doesn't it feel that way? it just, this sense of tension is ratcheted up yet another level, and all of our nervous systems are paying the price.
Yeah.
For those of us who are paying attention, it's hard not to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Though it's, you know what? It's not hard to not pay attention. You
Thank
listen to it and you know it's coming, but day to day, that's exactly what they want to happen. They want your nervous system to be whacked out, but we do have the power to go out and do what is necessary to counteract this bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, it looks like peaceful protests maybe got Kimmel back on the air. I'm not sure how ABC, Disney, or whoever made the decision to put him back up in front of the cameras again. Maybe it was purely a money thing.
Somehow there
I
was a
think.
groundswell. This is what I've heard. There was a groundswell of people who had canceled their Disney subscription right away, and millions of people wrote to say get him back on.
Mm-hmm.
His viewers online for that first night, he got 18 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
And I think they said there was something like 11 or 12 million on actually watching the program.
Mm-hmm.
So much for, I think, as Kimmel pointed out, he goes, Trump says my viewings are crap. They sure weren't tonight. I love the comeback on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of backfired.
Did you guys
on-
happen to watch it?
I did. Yeah, I did. I didn't watch the entirety of it. I flipped back over to Colbert because he had Gavin Newsom on.
Oh yeah.
But I did see his opening monologue. It was quite touching. Jimmy Kimmel is a stand-up guy, and he was very sincere and moved to tears during his monologue about his regret, or not regret, about his... He never said he was sorry, but he felt bad that anyone would think he'd say something about a murdered person.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know?
believe he said something like, I would never celebrate anyone's murder.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that people construed that as being that was grievous to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, the sincerity was there. There was still spot on statements made about what's going on and what needs to be done. And there was still humor.
I mean,
It was
these...
worth watching.
Yeah, these fellows, Kimmel and Colbert, for sure, are definitely important people in our country because a lot of people get their news from them. They don't watch the regular news. They only watch Kimmel or Colbert, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we have to be careful with that. So easy to put ourselves into an echo chamber.
Yeah, that's true.
That said, I'm pretty much in an echo chamber myself. With YouTube, given the algorithm, the way it just sort of spits back at you everything it thinks you'd be interested in, it essentially builds a personalized echo chamber. You only see what you've been watching. It doesn't present the other side. Not that there's much on the other side I'd care to watch. So I've been trying to go to other sources as much as possible. BBC, Canadian Broadcasting, things like that. So I'm not just looking at left or liberal sites and getting my news from there. I think it's particularly important because we're surrounded by people who disagree with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I find it much better to go directly to sites than to take the feed straight from Google or wherever, you know. It's just, you can go direct to the sites and pull what you want.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. I mean, you can put the icing on the cake by going back and listening to the podcasts like this one. But at the end of the day, you need to get straight news somewhere. And this is why I use ground. No, I'm sorry.
What do you use? Oh,
I was about to launch into, that's why I use ground news. You guys familiar with this?
no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you obviously don't watch the same shows I should do. They're constantly doing ad breaks,
Oh,
right?
right. Yeah.
And ground news is one of those because it purportedly shows you all sides of the news,
Is
and then
this
it'll list what the bias is of the various news sources.
is this
I don't have it,
online or
actually.
on? Is this online or on TV?
This is online.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to look at that. Yeah. You see how biased their reported bias is. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't use it.
I wanted to revisit the F scale from Adorno's The Authoritarian Personality.
Hmm.
I thought you were talking about a different F scale.
No, this is the fascist scale. And the one that I was interested in reviewing was, I think we're down to F, which is power and toughness, which I thought was very apropos in regards to Stephen Miller's comments at the memorial. Power and toughness, preoccupation with the dominance, submission, strong, weak, leader, follower dimension, identification with power figures, overemphasis upon the conventionalized attributes of the ego, exaggerated assertion of strength and toughness. They are all about projecting power and toughness.
That's one of the reasons they got the 18 to, I think it's 18 to 35-year-old males, which is one of the big blocks of voters that surprised the shit out of me when I saw that they went for Trump in a big way, and that is exactly why right there. They felt their masculinity was being challenged. Obviously, because they've got the John Wayne syndrome going on when it comes to masculinity.
Yeah.
I liked them in the Searchers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, what's interesting about this, the power and toughness as defined here, is that, you know, with Trump's gross incompetence in front of the UN, attempting to be strong, it's what concerns me then is now the normalization and the rising presence of people like Miller and, you know, Charlie Kirk and others, because Trump's incapable of being the strong man. So now we're seeing the second tier of the wannabes emerging, but pressing all the more hardly at the same point.
It's a little
The
bit like a
speech at the
reality show.
UN is a perfect example of what we're talking about right now.
It is, yeah, yeah. Even if it's
You-
just laughable,
I mean-
but it is, yeah, yeah,
I mean,
point.
basically, the speech was this: "You guys all suck.
Yeah.
America's the best, and we have great big weapons, which we don't want to use, but could."
Pretty
Yeah.
much it.
So,
And of course, then we go back to his campaign speeches. I am the president of peace.
yeah,
What a crock of BS.
yeah. I don't like war. Yeah, that he believed in freedom of speech. It's just all
Yeah.
so friggin' mercurial.
It was a definite flim flam sell job.
yes, but he did stop 7 wars.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that fact that he stopped that war between was it Cambodia and Albania. Colbert had that on the other night.
I
He
didn't hear
goes,
about that
"And I'm
war."
trying to figure that out because there's 4,000 miles between the two.
Has anybody named the 7 wars?
He has Azerbaijan and Albania.
Are you sure that's not Armenia?
Yeah, it is, but that's exactly how he said it. Azerbaijan and Albania.
Oh, perfect.
You get it?
Perfect.
Azerbaijan. I just went, oh god damn, man. People,
Wow.
people really buy into this stuff. Oh yeah, here we go. I love seeing this.
Yeah.
I thought this was fabulous. Even if they took it down after only one day, it's still out there on the net, isn't it?
Oh, this isn't AI. This was actually a 3-dimensional object.
They actually
Yeah.
got a permit to put it there, and
I'll
then
be
it was
damned.
taken down, and they said they violated some part of the permit, which we know is BS.
Wow.
But the
Oh.
public has seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one site had a zoom up on the message on the plaque between the two, which is from that birthday card that
Yeah.
has also become so well known.
In addition to hitting the streets, there's got to be a lot more of this. You guys are all artists, right?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start producing this stuff.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I think Banksy. I had an idea for a Banksy that I would use to put on Tesla chargers, but I didn't do it yet.
I did a deep dive into the Epstein birthday book because you can actually see all of the images
Oh,
if you go to this website, and I collected quite a few of them. There's some troubling stuff in that birthday book. That was a weird group of people, old friends, basically admitting to sexual assault within their birthday messages to Epstein. Wow. It was horrible, and not just the Trump pages. Everyone's pages in there were about this culture of I don't know what kind of abuse, and it was pretty nasty. So they're still trying to cover up the Epstein thing. It looks like they don't want it out, obviously.
Yeah, and just as you just described in the books, I mean, that's evidence of complicity right there. That that illegality is alive and underway in those interactions, and so let more come out. See, even that dive you did, Robert, is really helpful. I'm just still amazed at how his signature appears to be the pubic hair, that model's. I mean, Jesus, it's just sickening on so many levels.
The victims who apparently they didn't realize that the victims were actually going to become adults at some point.
Yeah.
The victims apparently are putting together their own files.
Yeah, that would be great.
I've read that they're actually compiling a list of the names of the people who raped them.
Yep. Wow.
And that's going to be interesting. Yeah, this thing is not going to die.
No.
Well, there are a few Republicans that are supporting getting all that information out about Epstein, which is shocking, I think, and Marjorie Taylor Greene and that other fellow I think he's from California. Both Republicans.
Massey? Is that his name?
Yeah, I don't know if he was from California. I think his name is Massey, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he was from California.
Yeah, so there's two of them.
Yeah, there's two. But they're a big voice. She's a big voice.
She is a big voice.
Yeah, so it's strange to see what's going to happen. Hopefully things will get out.
Mm-hmm.
But it probably won't make a difference. It won't make a difference, huh?
It will, insofar as it continues to chip away at that whole kind of self-infatuation, self-righteous stuff we were just talking about, with the Charlie Kirk Memorial, all of that sort of moral high ground, everybody else is wicked. The more we chip away at that, and it looks like it's becoming easier and easier to do, the better. I was surprised to see that RFK Jr. was at that thing.
Yeah.
He's really bought into this.
Yeah.
I mean, hook, line, and sinker, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, complete distorting or outright lying at the same level with statistics as the orange baby does, such that 50% of Chinese are diabetic.
You'd think they would have noticed.
Yeah.
I saw a meme the other day that said something along the lines of, if I want to get health advice from an ex-heroin addict, I'll go to Keith Richards.
no kidding. That's a much better choice.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'll just say thank you for being here, everyone. Appreciate your commentary on this big week of news that every week outdoes the previous one, it seems like to me. But I want to thank you all for being here, and thank you for anyone listening to A Bold and Distant Future. And see you again next time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks. Another type of drug.